Hey guys, it is me, your girl Shanice, the one half of Rich Hoping for One. I know it has been decades since I recorded. I don't know the last video that I recorded, which I haven't uploaded yet. Hopefully by the time you all see this video, that the other video that I had recorded will be uploaded for y'all. I recorded it sometime last year, so just for purposes so that y'all know. Basically, so today is February the 22nd of 2023. Let me just double check that. Yes, it is a Wednesday, and I'm headed to my first doctor's appointment of the year, which is a gynecologist appointment. So today I'm just doing routine things, you guys. Nothing, you gotta excuse me. I got this little phone holder thing that's right here on my mirror. I feel like it's easier to have it there. I don't want to rant too much. So I am going to get my, annual pap smear. I didn't actually have one last year. There was a lot going on last year, so I didn't have one last year, and yeah, I didn't have one last year. But I will come back to you guys in a moment because I have to put this address in. See you soon. Hey guys, so I am here at the doctor's office, just waiting for the doctor to come in to go over test results, which are my blood work, my pap smear, and my transvaginal ultrasound. So I just wanted to come in and give a brief little look at that. And yeah, just waiting for her to come in and for us to go over those things and talk about some next steps. My first day of my last period was December 22nd, and I'm not pregnant. We've taken pregnancy tests at the doctor and both at home, and they were all negative, so we'll see what's going on. Talk to you guys.
Last time we not successful getting pregnant, right? And it's been 10 years. Yeah. Okay. And so we went ahead and sent referral to reproductive endocrinology. Have you heard from them yet?
No,
okay.
I haven't.
We will follow up.
Okay.
And you can be a little difficult to get in, so we've got a little that number. We'll do that.
Okay.
Okay, so we were just going to do some pre-work, like with blood work, and then do an ultrasound today.
Yes.
So I'll go over all that with you. So, ultrasound, let's see, different, and you hadn't had a period since December?
December.
Okay. So ultrasound, different things we look at is, the lining of your uterus, which is what we show when we have a period. I want that to be less than 1 centimeter, and yours is. It's 0.62. So, the size of your uterus is nice and small. So no fibroids is what I'm looking for.
Good.
She could see your right and left ovary, and looks good. She did see some follicles on your ovary. Have we ever, has it been questioned if you have PCOS or?
Yes.
Okay. Have you actually been told you have it, or it's just sort of been assumed?
Just kind of assumed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what sort of what the ovaries look like when she sees like more than 12 follicles on both ovaries, and that's what, and other ways to describe it, looks like a lady's pearl necklace.
Oh wow.
And what it is you've got all these follicles lined up waiting for that hormonal signal to release an egg, and it's just not getting that signal. So which then you don't ovulate regularly, which is then why you don't have a period regularly. Right. So this sort of matches what your menstrual pattern's been telling us.
Okay.
So, and then we go to the blood work. So overall, anatomy looks good. Ovaries match what we assumed. As far as labs, I'm just going to go in order. Your hemoglobin's 11.3, which is normal range. If it's lower, we're about anemia. These getting into like a much more minor details, like sort of the volume and size of your red blood cells. You probably have a lower iron level, is what that's telling me.
Okay.
So, and it could just be the way your body just absorbs nutrients. So, do you take a multivitamin daily, or?
I try to.
Okay, just not really in a habit.
Yeah.
Or, okay. So I bet if you did that, would help improve that number. So, right, the anti-Mullerian hormone, that gives you an idea of like your egg reserves. And the reproductive endocrinologist or fertility specialist likes knowing this number. But yours is nice and high. We worry if it's real low because we worry about like has a lady like released other eggs.
Right.
So you've got a good number. This indicates that if you did need fertility help or stimulating your ovaries, that you would very likely respond well to that.
Okay.
So, then I did hemoglobin A1C, which is that 3-month average of your sugars. Yours is a little elevated. It's fallen in that pre-diabetic range.
Okay.
Has that been an issue for you in the past?
Yeah, it has.
Okay. And did they just try to do lifestyle changes, or did they ever start you on a medication like
no
metformin?
medication or
Okay.
anything like that.
So it's still falling in that pre-diabetic.
Okay.
So it's sort of like this wake-up call, like let's get it under control before it turns into full-blown diabetes.
Okay.
So, and unfortunately, that can go along with PCOS because there's a lot of times insulin resistance that goes along with that hormone imbalance. So we can talk more about that. I did 2 different thyroid tests, and that looks great. Your thyroid function's right at goal. So, and then FSH/LH, those are 2 hormones our ovaries put off. These numbers are going to change depending on where we are in our cycle. So that's why I like looking at them together. So usually, like a lady that's ovulating regularly, those numbers are usually close together. And so like the FSH was 6.6 and LH was 15.7. So it was like twice that number. And that just goes along with PCOS. So I think I may have told you, like I like looking at the labs and the ultrasound, like the puzzle pieces together. Because I wouldn't just look at this and say, oh, you have PCOS. Right. But when your ovaries look like that on ultrasound and then plus what your period pattern does, it all starts making sense. Right. And that's fine. Then you have answers to work with. Yeah. It is not answer is impossible. There's just some tweaking we can do. So, I will have Shadina reach out to our connection to try to get you in sooner since you haven't heard from them. And I think that's our only option right now is AU. So, the other fertility clinic is in Lexington, South Carolina, which would be an hour up the interstate.
Hey guys, so I wanted to just come in and pretty much just kind of talk about this doctor's visit. This was earlier in like March. This and the last part of the visit. That first part was in February when you first saw me going to the. In the first clip, you saw me like going to the doctor. That was just me getting like, first time seeing this new doctor, gynecologist, and just her pretty much setting up all the stuff that I was going to be doing, like all the testing and everything like that. So we did do all of that, and then in this portion you see where she's just basically going over all my results with me. There's, of course, always areas of opportunity, a couple of things that I need to work on, and things that are really great, like my egg reserve, and things that I've already known, like having PCOS. It's just been officially confirmed for me, right? So I've actually already saw the fertility doctor. She's a really great doctor. It's Dr. Brockta. And so far what I've done is some genetic testing, some blood work, and she wants me to start back with my metformin, so I am gonna get on the ball back with taking that because I did stop. But I do have also my husband, has to do a semen analysis because he's never had one done. And if he wants to, he can do genetic testing. But you guys know genetic testing is very expensive, or it can be expensive. So what we're doing is I've done all of my genetic testing, and if there's anything that comes back that I'm a carrier of, then my husband will do genetic testing as well, because obviously we want to make sure that if there's something there, any type of mutation or anything like that that we may be a carrier of, we want to be aware if we're both carriers, because of course you know that when both parents are carriers of a specific trait or disease, then they can, or I would say specific or both parents are a carrier of a specific trait or mutation, you can pass the disease to your child. So we're just trying to take those precautions. Like I said, I started out with all of my genetic testing and everything, and then when we come back from our vacation next week Thursday, well, not next week Thursday, I'm sorry, when we come back from our vacation, we leave next Thursday, which will be June 15th, and we'll be back on the 18th. So when we come back, my husband will do his semen analysis, and hopefully we'll have the results of the other like genetic testing and everything that I did. And then pretty much we're just going to be on a roll from there. We haven't talked about any sort of like IUI or IVF or anything like that, but we are talking about of course, me getting back on my metformin on a regular basis, but also I am supposed to do an HSG. I did have my period, but it was really weird because it hadn't been on in some time. So when I come back, if after my 2-week wait, because this is right now I'm in my fertile window, so after the fertile window passes, if there's no ovulation, there's no pregnancy, and my period comes back on, then I will call the first day of my period and schedule the HSG test, and you know, just to make sure my tubes are not blocked or anything like that, but also to make sure hubby's sperm count is good and there's no issues there. And then I would say maybe give it another 2-3 cycles of trying to make sure that before we try to jump into like an IUI or an IVF situation, I'm actually probably going to be taking my job's insurance, because they offer a program called Progeny, which helps with fertility. We're talking about saving thousands of dollars. The most that I would have to pay out of pocket is like my out of pocket maximum. So we're talking about a $27,000 to possibly like paying only $5,000 for IVF. So that's something that I'm excited about, and something that I will talk more about if we have to take that route. I'm just happy that you guys are along for the journey, and I know it has been such a long time since I've recorded or did any videos, but I definitely did not want to keep you guys out of the loop any longer, and I appreciate everyone that's watching. If you are new here and you've not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and hit that post notification bell so that you'll get an update every time that I upload a new video. Right now I am pretty much rambling because the last part of this video was just us talking. It wasn't really much important information, just, you know, speaking and just talking in general about trying to get me in with the fertility doctor. It is really hard in the city that I live in to get in with the doctors here because, well, fertility, because there's like only one. And then not only that, it's just it's a small town. So it's a small town, but there's a lot of people here, right? So that's where we are right now with our fertility, guys. Just keep praying for us and sending ourselves well wishes. We are definitely looking forward to conceiving and carrying full term our miracle / rainbow baby. We know that God is going to allow it to happen. For many years, I thought that I could not get pregnant. That doubt is now gone because I know, in fact, that God will provide, and that He did allow me to see, like, hey, this is going to happen for you. It can happen for you, and it will happen for you, right? So we are very, very, very much thankful for the journey so far. It has been so long, right? And I am praying for all the other women that are hoping and wanting to become mothers, and that someday soon we will all have our miracles, and that we will be able to share such a beautiful journey of motherhood together, and we'll be able to talk about the highs, the lows, and the joys and everything of motherhood. So I definitely look forward to all of that, guys. I am super excited about that. Like I said, I'm pretty much rambling on. I think that this is pretty much the end of this video here. I definitely wish you all the best, and am praying for you all. Don't forget to continue to trust God and know that all things are possible. Don't forget to laugh, live, love, and pray every day. Hug the ones that you love, and make sure you're letting them know that you love them. Peace out.